Good morning out there, traders. It is May 31st, 2024, and welcome to the Apteros Daily Market Insight. Let's dive into what was going on yesterday, and we will update our session plan levels for today. So, in our prep, we were kind of out in open space right here. We were monitoring the bearishness in this market, as we had said that multiple timeframes have now shifted bearish, and we were essentially looking at continuation down into this main target area here. Our line in the sand was a little bit higher, and what we ended up seeing during the session was the kind of breakdown coming from the open area, so like right in here, the open down to our first neutral target. Definitely a scenario that I had mentioned in the DMI whenever we were going over the kind of scenarios in which I said, from this area, the open could possibly push down into here, or we could actually see that pullback. We ended up seeing that pullback. It did this option here, push right down into that neutral zone. Neutral zone finding a little bit of some buying, coming back up. This trade setup actually was the same idea as what was going on in our line in the sand. If you're not familiar with what we do as Nadra traders, some of these areas are dynamic and they move during the day. So what was happening was in the morning, the area kind of looked like this, and then it just kind of kept coming down during the session. And that was the trade setup for the Nadra traders who were following those dynamic references to continue down into that stretch target, into that neutral zone. If you weren't, a Nadra student, you were using just the static levels here. No real trade opportunity at that point there besides going along with what was going on in the bearish landscape overall. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on for today. So here we are now, kind of taking a look at what's going on today. We have a pretty clear line in the sand right here for the bears. This really is the main opportunity for the session, with this list being scenario 1 being a push down below here, scenario 2 being a hold up above, and basically using these neutral areas as places to look for targeting and scaling. But these early ones are a little close to that main line in the sand. So scenario 1, really, main target is kind of down into here, and then any kind of stretch target would be a little bit further down to that neutral zone there, and then, of course, continuing down to our more important neutral area there. If we get the scenario 2 situation, that would be good for the short-term environment to the bull side of things, and we'd be looking for something like this, at least up into that neutral zone first, and then a continuation. Really, this is kind of like where things clear up a little bit more for the bulls up into the 72s if we get up that far. And that's where things could get a little bit more, let's just say, confluent for the bullishness on the shorter term. And that would be where the better location would be for the continuation up into this main target area here. And that's kind of the way in which our scenarios play out today. All right, so trade well out there, mind your risk, and let's get after it.